Hello everyone, I'm Bebe. Today I'm going to walk you through Palantir's ontology. If you heard the ontology thrown around and never quite got it, this is the video. Let's go. Here's Palantir's own definition, straight from the docs. An ontology is a categorization of the world. In Foundry, the ontology is the digital twin of an organization, a rich semantic layer that sits on top of the digital assets integrated into Foundry and connects them to their real-world counterparts. You have raw data coming into Foundry, datasets from databases, APIs, spreadsheets, streaming sources. That data sits there as rows and columns. The ontology sits on top of that data and says, this row isn't just row number 456, this row represents an actual airplane. And the column isn't just column date, that's the last maintenance date for aircraft, tail number, and 1, 2, 3, 4. The ontology connects your digital assets to their real-world counterparts. An airplane and a flight, a passenger, a maintenance crew, a spare part. That's what digital twin means here. Your organization's reality modeled in software. Now let's take a look at the dataset to ontology mapping. Palantir docs give a really helpful comparison. Let me show you. Think about a regular dataset, a table with rows and columns. Now let's see how those concepts map to the ontology. In a dataset, a table maps to an object type in ontology. In a dataset, a row in a dataset maps to an object, aka one instance in ontology. In a dataset, a column maps to a property in ontology. In a dataset, a cell value maps to a property value in ontology. And in a dataset, a join between tables map to a link between objects in ontology. So if you have a table called aircraft with 500 rows, in the ontology that becomes an object type called aircraft with 500 objects. The column tail number becomes a property. And the value N1, 2, 3, 4 becomes a property value. This is the key mental model. If you can hold this map in your head, everything clicks. Now let's take a look at the semantic elements. Include object types, properties, and links. The ontology has two layers. First, the semantic elements. These describe your world. An object type defines an entity or event in your organization, such as aircraft, flight, passenger, airport. Each object type maps to one or more underlying datasets. But here's the important part. Users interact with the object type, not the dataset. A fleet manager sees aircraft. They don't need to know it comes from 3 different Postgres tables joined together. An object is one specific instance. Aircraft N1, 2, 3, 4 is one object of the aircraft object type. An object set is a saved group of objects. All Boeing 737s currently grounded for maintenance. There's an object set. Object set can be static, meaning a fixed list, or dynamic, meaning a filter that updates automatically as data changes. Properties are the characteristics of an object, like columns in a table, but with rich metadata. An aircraft has properties like tail number, model, airline, total flight hours, etc. Palantir also has shared properties, a property definition that multiple object types can reuse. For example, last updated timestamp might be shared across aircraft, flight, and maintenance record. This keeps your ontology consistent. A link type defines a relationship between two object types. An aircraft operates a flight departs from an airport, and a mechanic is assigned to a maintenance task. This is similar to joins in a table, but it is defined once and then available everywhere across the platform. In workshop apps, Object Explorer, AIP functions, etc. You define the link once and you can use it everywhere. Now let's take a look at kinetic elements, actions, and functions. This is where the ontology goes beyond a data model and becomes operational. An action type defines a set of changes a user can make, adds to objects, property values, and links all at once. It also includes side effects such as sending notifications or calling webhooks. Let me make this concrete. An action type called ground aircraft might change the aircraft's status property to grounded, create a new maintenance task object linked to the aircraft, notify the maintenance team via email, and log who made the decision and when. All of that happens in one governed, audited, permission operation, not a random SQL update. This is what Palantir means by capturing decisions as data. When someone grounds an aircraft, that decision, who made it, when, why, what changed, is all recorded in an ontology. Functions let code authors write business logic in TypeScript or Python that reads and writes ontology data. They execute in operational context, dashboards, applications, AI workflows. For example, a function might calculate estimated time to next required maintenance based on current flight hours, maintenance history, and regulatory requirements. That computed value can then be displayed in Workshop or used by an AI agent in AIP. Functions are where arbitrary complexity lives. You can do things that simply property configurations can't handle. Now let's take a look at how it all connects. The reason all of this matters is that ontology is deeply integrated into every user-facing tool in Palantir. Object Explorer lets you search for and browse objects. You type aircraft in 1234 and instantly sees all its properties, linked flights, maintenance history, assigned mechanics. Workshop lets you build operational applications directly on the ontology. A fleet manager sees a dashboard of all aircraft, can filter by status, and click ground aircraft to trigger the action we just talked about. AIP connects AI models to the ontology. An AI agent can query which aircraft have the highest risk of unscheduled maintenance in the next 7 days, and it works because an ontology gives the AI structured semantic data to reason over, not raw tables. Quiver enables complex analytics on ontology objects, and the Ontology SDK, or OSDK, lets external developers build applications backed by the ontology with type-safe, auto-generated code. The ontology is the shared foundation, built once, used everywhere. Quick recap. The ontology is the digital twin of your organization. It has semantic elements, object types, properties, and links that describe your world, and kinetic elements, actions, and functions let you change it safely and with governance. Everything in Palantir connects through the ontology. That's why Palantir says it's not a data platform, it's an operating system. If you want to go hands-on, Palantir has a free course on learn.palantir.com called Creating Your First Ontology. I'll link it below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.